To the Minister for Agriculture, Waterways and Environment, Honourable Mahendra Reddy, Bulbanakadok, Permanent Secretary for Agriculture, the Permanent Secretary for Commerce, Trade, Tourism and Transport, senior officials, Kava industry stakeholders, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Bulavinaka, and a very, very good morning to all of you. I'm pleased to join you today at this inaugural National Kava Committee meeting. And it's no secret, as we all know, as to why kava is so important to Fiji. We are about to embark on a new direction, and this is the kind of meeting that's actually needed. Kava, ladies and gentlemen, is not only a tradable commodity for us, it has tremendous cultural, traditional, and social significance for all Fijians. Kava has provided a source of livelihood for our communities and individuals for years and attracted positive attention to the Pacific region as a whole. Over the years, we have seen kava evolve significantly from a ceremonial drink to a niche product that has captured attention globally. It has diversified into products such as flavored kava beverages and ready-to-drink mix, and capsules and micronized kava and kava fit for pharmaceutical and complementary medicine. Most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, kava has become a significant export commodity for markets such as the United States of America, New Zealand, and other Pacific Island countries. Ladies and gentlemen, I've just spoken about kava and its historic background and its therapeutic qualities at various forums around the world, and have witnessed more than ever a rise in demand for kava and kava products. This is directly reflected through the exponential increase in our export earnings, from $14.2 million in 2016 to $43.6 million in 2020. But this is just the beginning. We have achieved this outcome by exporting kava to only a handful of countries and mostly promoted kava through the word of mouth. But we know, ladies and gentlemen, that our potential is much, much greater. This is why we are continuing with our endeavor to expand our reach to prospective markets like Europe and Asia. And this includes holding bilateral discussions with countries to tackle market access issues and change mindsets through positive marketing to facilitate review of some import restrictions on kava in international jurisdictions. One such example, ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, is Australia. We have worked hard to gain access into the Australian market and have been successful. With the success of the first phase of the kava pilot program, allowing an increase in personal importation of kava from 2 kg to 4 kg into Australia, the second phase of this program has actually commenced from the 1st of December in 2021. And it's not just us that sees the benefit to Fiji. Australians do realize it too, and I know the good High Commissioner has made some comments regarding this, about how good it can be for Fiji. Essentially, ladies and gentlemen, this means that Fijians can now commercially export kava to Australia with no limit or quantity, provided that they meet all the regulatory requirements. Ladies and gentlemen, the kava industry has faced many impediments like natural disasters and supply constraints or burden of regulatory requirements and standards. Hence, at the regional level, forum trade ministers also have mandated the officials to determine ways of enhancing market access and market diversification for kava and kava products. In this regard, a regional kava development strategy will be developed by the Regional Kava Working Group that consists of members of the Forum Island countries, including Fiji. And I've been informed by my officials that work has already kick-started with the first meeting of the Regional Kava Working Group held yesterday. The Regional Kava Working Group will guide the development of the strategy and its effective coordination and implementation, and you'll all be involved in this particular development process. Ladies and gentlemen, whilst the Fijian government is exploring all possible opportunities for market access internationally, it is imperative that you respect the market regulations as traders and as exporters by maintaining the high quality standards at all times. This is what makes us different. And also making sure that you are following all the market entry requirements. You let the standards down, you let your country down. The task of negotiating market access, actually, you need to know this. It actually takes years to get to fruition. Hence, we must not risk losing important markets because some exporters are not willing to follow the minimum quality standards. Compromising quality of kava or the market entry requirements will be a blunder that we regret forever. This is why kava quality and standards should be of the utmost of importance to Fiji and for Fijian exporters. The Fijian brand, as you know, is synonymous with high quality, pristine, clean, and high-end products. Hence, the brand should never be tainted for quick wins. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our shared responsibility and equal contributions that will take our kava industry to new heights. And platforms such as this provides you with both a role to play and an opportunity to transform the industry for its long-term sustainability. Moving forward, we will also need to deliberate upon key issues like protection of kava through the use of geographical indicators to take measures against those who produce kava without the permission of the Pacific region. I want to take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to acknowledge the Ministry of Agriculture for organizing this meeting and for the tremendous amount of work that they've put into the background. Thank you all also for taking the time to attending this meeting. There are officials here also from the Ministry of Commerce, Trade, Tourism and Transport attending this meeting today. These are the officials specialized in trade and business development and advisory for MSME Fiji and the Fijian-made branding. Also want to reassure the industry players that the Ministry of Commerce, Trade, Tourism and Transport, together with the Ministry of Agriculture, will take on board all your concerns. Now, before I finish, and I know everybody's not in a jovial mode, but I'm going to tell you a little joke about how creative, it's not a joke, it's actually serious. This is a true story. How creative kava is and how creative kava can make us. One of the gentlemen who works for me came back from Levuka one day and said to me, "Sir, I have to tell you something." And I said, "What happened?" He said, whilst COVID, this is during the initial start of the COVID pandemic, he said, "You know Levuka is one street, right?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "There was a gentleman who happened to be walking, the curfew was from 10 p.m. till 4 a.m., who happened to be walking a bit past 10 p.m. just before the bridge. There's a bridge in that one road in Levuka, the main street. And out, a policeman came and saw him. And I think he had already been drinking copious amounts of kava because that's all you can do in Levuka. And anyway, the police saw him and got out of the car and yelled at him, and he stopped and stood at attention near the bridge. Policeman let out a few expletives and said, "What the hell are you doing?" And said, "You know, it's already past 10 o'clock. It's a curfew on, don't you know?" He said, "Yes, sir, I do. I'm waiting for 4 a.m. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you well in today's session, and look forward to receiving the outcomes of today's meaningful dialogue. And by the way, that's a true story.